Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Wanda. Hi. In this video, I'll be using bubble free chrome adhesive vinyl. I'll be creating a coffee mug. I'll be using two colors from this beautiful collection. This collection is available in 14 irresistible colors. It is available in 12 by 10 feet, 12 by 5 feet, and 12 by 82 feet rolls. It is a water resistant indoor and outdoor application. For this project, I'll be using this beautiful red and this beautiful lime green. For this project, I'll be using Design Space Access. I'll go up to the search bar and type in Good Morning Mug. Once I type that in, I'll just search for a design I like. Once I see a design I like, I will select on it and select Make It. To change the size, you can select Edit a Copy. That's what I'll be selecting to make sure the image has the proper size that fits my mug. I'll bring this up here and then I'll be selecting a shape. I'll be selecting a square. Let's close this and move the square over. I'll be going up here to size and I'll be putting in my dimensions. This is a good way to then adjust the image using this guide. If you're going to be working on a wrap, you can always come up here and change the width. This will give you the whole space of the coffee mug. I'll change it so that you can see. This gives you an idea of how much space you have to fill. In my case, I'm only going to be doing one side of the mug. I'll be resizing my flower. Bringing it in to the square, making it bigger, and let's send it to the front. Resize it. Grab a corner and just start to resize it. Once you're satisfied, you can bring in the other piece. Let's resize that. Send it to the front. Bring it in the square. And I think this is perfect. I'll get rid of the square, deleting it. And now select Make. You can save it as a project. In my case, I won't. Choose to work on a mat 12 by 12 and continue. Now we have two mats to work with. And since it's only two small pieces of vinyl, what I'll do is I will move this over to the red mat. And now just move it over. Let's bring the green piece down and keep our red pieces up here. We're not using two mats, so you have to remember where the placing is. Therefore, so you can place your vinyl and make sure it will be cut where the vinyl is. Just to be safe, I'll put it down here. And now we can continue. Before working on design space, always make sure to measure your blanks. Make sure to measure the height and the width. Although I'll be working just on one side of my mug. Prep your area with what you need. I'll be using a paper cutter to cut my vinyl. This is one thing I always like to do. Cut my vinyl to size. This way I'm not wasting any of the vinyl. My mug measured 4.5 inches, so I'll be cutting 4.1. Just a little bit over the 4. To cut my vinyl, I'll be using a mat, so I'll bring that in. I'll be placing my vinyl on the mat. This vinyl has a protective film, so make sure to remove it. I'll be placing the other vinyl on the mat. I'll have both vinyls on the same mat as I mentioned when I was on Design Space, just to save some time. I'm removing the protective film from this one as well. I'll start off with the red metallic first. To set base material, I'll be selecting metallic permanent vinyl, and I'll select more pressure. Now I'm ready to go cut the material. Once it's done, I'll turn the mat around and cut the green vinyl. And it's all cut. Now I'll turn the mat around and remove it from the mat. I usually do it this way so the vinyl doesn't curve and leave any marks. Before doing the weeding, I'm just going to be cutting off the excess of vinyl. This way, I'm not wasting any of it. You can always use these scraps for a different project. In my craft room, I have scrap bins where I normally keep these small pieces. And now I'll start the weeding. I'll be using this TeckWrap pin pen. You can start weeding by finding a corner. With your weeding tool, lift the unwanted vinyl and proceed to pull off the unwanted vinyl. Be very careful. Always make sure that you're not taking any of the good pieces in the unwanted vinyl. You can go back in and remove with this weeding tool the rest of the pieces that are unwanted. If you need help to know which are the unwanted pieces, you can always look on Design Space and go from there. Be very careful not to scratch your vinyl with the weeding pin pen. I love using this weeding tool because it's very precise. To finish weeding, I need to go back in and remove the small pieces. And I'm all done. Now it's time to do the transferring. I have a couple of different transfer tapes. I'll be using this one, which is the medium tack transfer tape from TeckWrap. This one works with most adhesive vinyl films. This one comes with a grid that helps in the accurate placement of vinyl designs on any blank. I'll be needing just a small piece. Let me get my scissor and just cut a small piece and put this one away. This is good. Now I'll just cut another piece. And this is perfect. Now I'll put this one away as well. I always save my pieces, even though it may seem like a small piece. It's still good for another project. And here's my cup cradle and my cup. Now I'll just spray it with some rubbing alcohol. This will clean the area and it will help the vinyl last longer on the blank. I'll be using a small piece of paper towel just to get it dry. I didn't really put a lot of alcohol, so it should be fine. And now I'll be grabbing a squeegee. This will help me burnish the vinyl and get it to stick on the transfer tape. I need to cut this piece off. And now that I've cut that piece, I need to make my transfer tape a little bit smaller. I need to peel this off from the backing and place it over the vinyl, making sure that the lines are straight. Now, time to burnish it. Make sure to burnish it really good, just to get it to stick to the transfer tape. And turn it around and start peeling the backing. Be very careful. Make sure not to touch the vinyl. You don't want your fingerprints on it. And now we're ready to place this on the cup. As I mentioned throughout the video, I'll be placing it sideways. And now like the original image. I think I like it better this way. I also forgot to mention I did use a piece of parchment paper, which I'll be pulling off once I'm sure of the placing. And then press the vinyl down to get it to stick to the mug. Once it's on there, remove the transfer tape very carefully. And voila! Now I want to mention that I lost one of the clips, which was placing the daisy. And this is how it turned out. I used the same transfer tape, placed the bottom piece, and then I did the top piece. And if you watch to the end and you like the video, don't forget to give us a like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. See you on the next video. Bye bye.